The chains of slavery have been broken, thank God. And so too has the feudal dependence of sharecroppers as the vengeful Jim Crow era recedes, sort of, into the distant past. But now in places like, but not limited to, your other neighbors a few miles as the crow flies from here in Ferguson, we see the ghastly remnants of our great shame emerging still. The shame Lincoln thought would lead to national suicide, our inability to see beyond the color of someone's skin. It has been with us since our founding. When Thomas Jefferson wrote that immortal second sentence of the Declaration that begins, "We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal," he owned more than 100 human beings. He never saw the contradiction, he never saw the hypocrisy, and more important, never saw fit in his lifetime to free any one of those human beings. But the shame continues. Prison populations exploding with young black men killed almost weekly by policemen. Whole communities of color burdened by corrupt municipalities that resemble more the predatory company store of a supposedly bygone era than a responsible modern local government. Our cities and towns and suburbs cannot become plantations. We are still playing out, sadly, an utterly American story. That the same stultifying conditions and sentiments that brought on our Civil War are still on such vivid and unpleasant display. Today, there's nothing new under the sun. It is into this disorienting and sometimes disappointing world that you now plummet, I'm afraid, unprotected from the shelter of family and school. You have fresh prospects and real dreams, and I wish each and every one of you the very best. But I am drafting you now into a new Union Army that must be committed to preserving the values, the sense of humor, the sense of cohesion that have long been a part of our American human nature, too. You have no choice. You've been called up, you're drafted, and it is your difficult but great and challenging responsibility to help change things and set us right again. Let me apologize to you in advance on behalf of all of these people up here. We broke it, but you've got to fix it. You're joining You are joining a movement that must be dedicated above all else, career and personal advancement, to the preservation of this country's most enduring ideals. You have to learn and then reteach the rest of us that equality, real equality, is the hallmark and birthright of all Americans. Remember, Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. Reject fundamentalism wherever it raises its ugly head. It's not civilized.